Hey everybody, Morgana Galaxia here. Welcome to my channel. So glad you're with me today. I am back to read on Ted Cruz, like I promised you guys last time. But not just Ted, let's just take care of the whole seditious crew, shall we? We'll take a look at Ted, Hawley, Boebert, Marjorie, and let's see if sedition has any consequences in this nation, shall we? I mean, my goodness, what does someone have to do, right? Um, Incite an insurrection against the United States, be a traitor inside the house, bring guns on the floor, threaten, say that you're okay with assassinating Congress people. What do you got to do around here to get in trouble? All right, you guys, so let's just take a look. We're going to start with Ted. Smarmy, creepy, much disliked Ted Cruz. Got his face in my mind. And I can also see him at a rally sitting atop of a car, telling everyone at the rally all about how it was a fraudulent election, widespread fraud. You got to fight. You got to fight. So he definitely also incited the riot. With Trump's impeachment and inciting this riot, they're kind of talking about that day, right? That rally he had that day. Let's go to the Capitol and incite this riot. But this isn't something Trump did in the space of an hour. This, as you know, has been going on for months and months and months. And he's not the only one, okay? And Ted Cruz was one of the big ones out there flapping his lips about widespread fraud, overturning the election, and essentially seizing power when it wasn't his or Trump's to take. All right, so let's take a look at Ted Cruz. Just an overall view as to what is going to be the consequences for him in the Senate. Is he, censure, expulsion? All right, I want to know if he's going to be expelled, but, overall I want to know, is there going to be any consequences for Ted Cruz in the Senate? Is he going to show me any consequences? Expulsion, censure, shame, nothing. Ted Cruz, his future in the Senate. All right, let's bring it on down. Ted Cruz's future in the Senate. Okay. My goodness. Okay. So, right here off the bat, we have, what is this, the 8 of Swords, okay? So right off the bat, this is showing us that Ted got himself in trouble, okay? He did this to himself through his own actions, his own behavior, right? His own beliefs, just the flapping of his lips. He got himself in a situation where he is being watched. He is constricted and confined to what he says and what he does. People have got their eye on him. He's feeling, constricted. And he did this to himself. He did it to his own damn self, okay? And this is serious. This is like the threat of jail, okay? This is like him being boxed in, basically, it's kind of a threat of jail, and he did it to himself. So we're talking about the Senate here. For sure, this looks like censure, okay? Censure, and they're boxing him in. They're limiting him, narrowing him. For example, AOC, you probably have seen her tweet to him lately. It was pretty funny, but also really disturbing. She was tweeting out about that whole GameStop, stock thing, and he replied that he agreed, and she was just like, you tried to kill me. You can sit out of this. I'm not dealing with you at all. I'll work with any other Republican. I'm not dealing with you. People are not going to be dealing with him. They're going to be isolating him. He's going to be finding himself alone in a corner. All right, let's not beat it to death here. So his challenge with the Three of Wands here, his challenge is that he's facing expulsion. You know, he is already looking out. He's sort of waiting for your ship to come in, right? You're waiting for something to roll in for you. I think and part of that is looking outwards, out of where you are, overseas, okay? So this is telling me he's already looking outside of the Senate. It's like he's already got one foot out the door. He's hoping he can bridge this chasm, okay? He's hoping he can cross the divide to the other side and stay where he is. But he's already looking outwards. I think this is his challenge. Am I going to stay or am I going to go? Am I going to be able to cross this divide and stay in the Senate, overcome what I've done? Or am I going to be booted? Is he going to have to fly off and continue his life elsewhere? So it doesn't seem like even he knows for sure what's going to happen to him. But one thing he is facing with the Page of Swords, he is being watched. He's being looked at there. He's got to mind his P's and Q's right now because there's an investigation going on. And we know generally they're investigating this. We don't know about specific people. So this is telling us, yes, Ted Cruz is being investigated. His role in the riots is going to be looked at. Justice and truth is coming for him. Okay, he will have to face the truth of his actions, face the justice of what he's done. What's foundational to this question with Ted Cruz, with the Fool, we can take this face value. He acted like a fool. To go a little deeper, with his support of Trump and his support of overturning the election, his support of ignoring those electoral ballots, right? His seditious behavior really put him on a new pathway forward, a new track in his life. And it's one where it's like a whole new beginning for him. He doesn't know what the future has in store for him. He's on a completely new trajectory with this new beginning because of his actions. He has removed himself from the traditional workings of the Senate and the judge. He removed himself from his life path he was on and put himself on a new life path. So here he is with the 10, it's not the 10, right? Yep, 10 of Wands. Oh, yeah, I think he's going to have to pack up his shiznit and get on out. Okay, so this is in the past position. Okay, let me straighten myself out here. I'm going to bring this on up since we're almost done with this spread. So this is in the past position. This is telling me he was carrying Trump's water. Okay, this is not a water sign. Wands are the fire sign, but he was carrying Trump's water, carrying Trump's lies, carrying Trump's burdens. He, became complicit in everything Trump was doing. And now, he's been carrying this heavy burden. This has been a very heavy burden for him. As we know, it's putting his Senate seat at jeopardy because he jumped on the bandwagon, towed the line, and carried Trump's garbage further. He's feeling very burdened, and those burdens are still with him. Where he's going to be moving into with the Knight of Cups. Interesting. So the Knight of Cups is the healer. brings relief, brings the medicine, rebalances the situation. And for Ted Cruz, I think the only healing from him, because I want to say being expelled from the Senate is the healing of the situation that he created. It's a healing for the Senate. But for him, Ted Cruz's future in the Senate with the Knight of Cups, I'm going to pull a clarifier on that because, this would indicate that Ted Cruz himself gets a healing. Ted Cruz himself gets a bit of medicine. Maybe it's like that saying, God, I don't even know if I can remember it. Something about you taking your own medicine. But there's a lot of emotion with this card. So let's just pull for he's going to have to go back to work. So his work here. Ooh, and the High Priestess reversed. So my question really I'm asking, is he going to be expelled? The bad behavior was there. The inciting the riot was there. Carrying Trump's flag, spouting everything Trump was spouting, all that negative garbage, right? Overturning elections, a fraudulent, all that is there. He's being looked at. He's being reviewed. He's being investigated. And he started a new path for himself. But I almost feel like this remedy is telling me no, that he comes out of it. He comes out of it positively. So not expulsion. Here he is working again, going back to work, trying to shine up his pennies. But we're ending up with the High Priestess reversed, which means, secrets get aired. Or maybe secrets get even deeper buried. Okay. I'm going to call this unambiguous. No, let me use the opposite. I'm sorry, I'm calling this ambiguous. I'm just not getting a clear answer if he's going to be expelled, okay? The bad behavior's there. The investigation is there. They're looking at him. He's on maybe this card means he's trying to reform himself, get off of that Trump path and find another better, more innocent path. And because of that, he kind of gets rescued. He's going to go back to work and try and just bury everything that he's done. Just sort of bury it, right? And hope it just goes away, never sees the light of day. That's not what I kind of want. But I still feel, I don't know. This is the question here. Here he's going back to work, shining his pennies. Another alternative reading is here he's going to start this new path, and maybe in the private sector, he gets some assistance and he goes back to private work, right? And he just kind of tries to bury his past and what he did in the Senate. I just don't know. It's not overly clear to me. Well, not overly clear to me. So I'll have to take a look at him again. Unfortunately, at some later time. Okay, so let's take a look at Hawley. Hawley, who got the whole thing started. Was he part of the... I don't recall seeing any footage of him, stirring up rioters, but he's sort of a behind the scenes kind of guy. He'd be the one, hey, let me introduce you to my white supremacist pals from Georgia. No, where's he from? Missouri? It's Marjorie who's from Georgia. Okay, Hawley. I can see him in my mind. What does Hawley's future in the Senate look like? Hawley's future in the Senate. Hawley's future in the Senate. What does Hawley's future in the Senate look like? All right, let me go let my cat out. Hold on one sec. All right. Hawley. Okay, let's bring it on down. Let's do a little shorter one for Hawley. Okay, so Queen of Swords is the face card here. I'm sorry, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is the face card here. Okay, so generally that would be my Nancy Pelosi card. She's in the House, Hawley's in the Senate. So definitely, okay, one of the female legislators in the Senate. There's female power here, female leader. So for Hawley, I'm just going to read this as Hawley. It doesn't have to be a male or female thing. So I think Hawley is seeing himself as a leader. He thinks he's smart. He thinks he is a good businessman, that he's got a good trajectory in front of him. He's dealing with this queen. He's dealing with a lot of that internal fire of the will, okay? So we're seeing that in action with him, with, this whole debacle he's in. His passions, with this fire element, his passions have really driven his actions. So he's a person who, with the queen, he has a good control of himself. So he's making these decisions intentionally, okay? He's not out of emotional control, not with this queen. I would say he's clear-sighted in his goals. He's thought out in his actions. He's taking these steps like he's organized, okay? He's not chaotic. He's organized. He's got a plan. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to see something through. He's got the intelligence, the willpower to make things happen. He's got inner strength, not just his own inner strength, but I feel like he's got the strength of others supporting him, okay? He feels like he's supported with this base, this group, and yeah, I feel like he's ambitious. He's looking, and this isn't something that nobody's talked about. It is definitely his ambition, I think, that got him to where he is. When he came out as the first one willing to overturn these electoral votes, probably not so much for Trump and more girding Trump's base. So he probably knows Trump's out the door, right? Trump had one foot out the door. Who's going to be the new leader? Who's going to take over that huge 70 million person base that Trump was sitting on top of? He wants to be the new king. He wants to be the new king. And this portends really poorly on his internal ethics, because I think he sees himself as the new upcoming Trump. And given Trump's just pure corruption, this is kind of telling us, hey, this guy, he wants to step into those shoes. He wants to step into Trump's shoes. So we need to watch out for this guy. His challenge here, this isn't his own anxiety. This is what he's creating around him with everybody else. His challenge is that people can see through him, and he's scaring people, all right? He is scaring folks with his actions, what he's done, what he's willing to do, his ambitions. I think they've got his card, and they've got a lot of people worried. I would think that they're going to really make a good effort to get him out, because if they don't, the grief, the anxiety, the threat, just the fear that this guy is drumming up around him is pretty intense. So, when they keep talking about the enemy is within, they're not just talking about Boebert, okay, or Marjorie. Hawley too. What's his outcome? Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. So I'm going to say his outcome is that they're going to come for him. They're going to come for him. The Knight of Swords, they're going to try and have him expelled. Okay, I think more so than Cruz, he's looking at a battle with the law, legal issues, being looked at. They're going to look for intelligence. I can see them looking for his computer or his phone, or I'm looking at footage of him. They're digging for evidence. They're legally what I'm trying to say, eventually I get there, is I feel like they're going to make a case for this guy and really go after him. The law's coming after him. So that is what he has to look forward to. Okay. So let's move on to Boebert. Is her first name Lauren? I believe that's right. Okay, Lauren Boebert. She is, as I'm sure you all know, one of the people that have been accused of giving tours of the Capitol the day before the insurrection. Maybe one of those people that were telling everybody where Nancy Pelosi's office is, where Jim Clyburn's office is. Hey, this is how you get around the place. And as we know, they found Pelosi's office. And we also know that Boebert texted out Pelosi's location during the riot itself. We know she's one of the ones trying to get around the metal detectors to bring her guns on the floor of the house. Okay. Boebert. I could see her. Boebert. What is her future in the house? What is her future in the house? People are scared of her. Her future in the house. Definitely, it's nothing new. Get a feeling of mental instability with her. She's just not quite all there. She's not rational. Okay, let's take a look at Lauren Boebert. Okay, so like Ted Cruz, we get the Three of Wands. She's kind of on the edge, she's hoping that she can cross the divide to the other side and keep her seat, that she can overcome this obstacle, that she can cross the bridge right to the other side. So that's what she's hoping. Like Ted Cruz, she knows that she might be headed for the door. She's already kind of looking out across the land to see where she might have to fly to if she can't quite make that jump. Her challenge with balance, I guess they're just trying to bring balance back into, they're trying to bring balance back into the house. But like I said, I think this is pointing with these cups. This is there's an emotional aspect to this balance card. Okay, what I'm getting here is that this is pointing to her turbulence, her emotional imbalance. This is her challenge. She's imbalanced. She can't see things clearly, okay? She's pouring all her efforts into one cup. She's only seeing one side of the story. She's imbalanced. She's emotionally just off kilter. Okay, she's just emotionally off kilter. She doesn't take care. She doesn't think through things rationally. She's not prudent. She's not conservative. She's kind of winging it, you know? She's imbalanced. She's floundering. And she is not getting good guidance. She's not getting good guidance, and I don't feel that she's getting protection either. I don't see that they're going to come and get her back and protect her. And her outcome is the Two of Cups. So, okay, so, you know, Two of Cups. The partnership I'm getting here, it's interesting because these Two of Cups are, you know, this theme is repeating. You have a Two of Cups pouring out here, Two of Cups pouring out here. I think that this is either both sides of the house or both houses of Congress. Probably both sides of the house are coming together and looking at her, this emotional imbalance that we just talked about. Yeah, I think they're going to come to an agreement, both sides of the house come to an agreement that she's got to go. Okay, she's got to go. The agreement is not with her, it's against her. Republicans, Democrats, they're going to come together, look at this imbalance of emotion, her turbulence, her irrationality, her, you know, just all her cray-cray. And yeah, I feel like, meh, you're out of here. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling with her. That's what I'm feeling with her. Okay. Marjorie, what the heck is her name? I should know her name. They say it all the darn time. Marjorie, you know, with the hyphenated last name. All right, the one that was harassing, that's, you know, that young man Hogg, who is a survivor of a school shooting. Put her on the education committee. Good Lord. Did they just they haven't pulled their heads out of their asses in months, it seems like. Okay. Is this McCarthy? Who would put her on the education committee? Had to be McCarthy, right? I should probably include him. Ooh, yeah. I'll do him right after Marjorie. Okay, Marjorie. I can see you with your blonde hair and your weird face and harassing shooting survivors. Also wanting to carry guns on the floor. She's the one that, yeah, turned in her papers to impeach Biden. And it was related to the Hunter Biden Ukraine Burisma thing while he was vice president. Thomas Green, is that her name? Marjorie. You know, just like Boebert, but maybe even more so. When I think of her, I feel like she's batshit crazy. Okay. Batshit crazy. All right. I'll bring it down. Marjorie, give you a big spread like Ted. Okay, so the face of the situation with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this, interesting. So this was generally my card for the Trump organization, Trump's legacy money. Lots of money, lots of affluence, okay? I don't think that, she is an affluent person. That's right. I do believe her and her husband own some construction company or something like that that might be worth over $1 million. So yeah, she's not poor. She's got some money. Maybe she was looking for Trump's money. Anyway, the very base of the situation is money. Okay, and I'll just tell you what I'm starting to think here. This um, this congressional seat that she's sitting in might have been an opportunity for her to move Trump's money down into her groups, her causes, her constituents, her QAnon people. Okay. Yeah, I think this is telling us that part of her goal in running for this seat was access to Trump and Trump's finances. Her challenge, of course, here we have this 10 of Wands. So 2 10s in a row. Okay. The 10 of Wands is that, like Cruz, she's carrying Trump's garbage. All of his lies, all of his misdeeds, all of his criminality. She is carrying that same burden. You know, she's a Trumpster. And not just Trump's lies, but she's a QAnon person, right? So she's got all their lies. She's heavily burdened down just with all this baggage. She's just trying to carry a lot, you know, trying to carry a lot of this just junk, but also there's things she wants to do. She's carrying a lot. She's burdened down. She's having trouble flying. That's her challenge. And she's going to come face to face. Come on, pick up. She's going to come face to face with the Ace of Swords. She's coming face to face with the law, with truth. This is part of her thing, right? She just will not face the truth of the election, face the truth that Biden won, face the truth that there was no route to overturn that election, right? That overturning those electoral votes was just insane. She's going to come face to face with those truths. She's not in a place where people are going to buy her lies or believe her lies. She is going to this is a mental reckoning for her. A mental reckoning. She's going to fight this, you guys. She's delusional. She's delusional. And part of her comeuppance is having to, like she said to that young man, support your stance. She's going to be called to support her stance in the face of truth, in the face of law. And, she's come face to face with that. And what's foundational is the Six of Swords reversed. You know, the words that are coming to me is that she's going to have to leave under duress. She doesn't want to leave. So normally this card would be, sailing off for smoother waters, voluntarily sailing off for smoother waters. To me, this is expulsion. She's forced to leave against her will. And that's what's foundational to this reading. All right, I'll take that. In the past, here she is in partnership with others, trying to, let's say, rule the world, right? She's trying to, not trying to rule the world personally, but this idea, right? This whole QAnon conspiracy, all the crazy beliefs. Her and those writers and all the people like her, they want to impose that reality of the world on the rest of us. This is just showing us that she was not alone there. She had people working with her. She was was teamwork there, a commitment, partnerships to get that kind of work done. And where she's rolling into in the near future with the Hierophant is she's going to be held to account in the Congress. She's going to have to defend her view, just like she accused that young man of not doing. Now, karma's coming back for these people. You could see it clearly. Everything they've done, those same things are coming back to them. She's going to have to defend her stance. But here's both sides again of the house. This is telling me they're not going to buy it. The government, this is, the government, and this is going to be a house in this case, they are her future. Not staying there, but the process of being disciplined, the process of going through what they're going to put her through. This is her comeuppance in the Senate. Okay, you guys, that's what I'm seeing. I feel like she is going to end up getting expelled. Okay, who's the last one I wanted to do? McCarthy. Oh, did he enjoy his little visit at Mar-a-Lago the other day? Wednesday, I think he was supposed to be working. I know when I'm supposed to be at work and I don't show up, I get in trouble. But I guess he can just take a day off, not do any work, and go visit Trumpy Trump. Go kiss his butt. Ask him, how do you want to deal with this impeachment? How do you want us to defend you? Who the F is your lawyer? Do you have a defense? I don't know. Maybe that was when Trump said, hey, I can't get anybody. Maybe you can hook me up with a lawyer. All right, you guys. Kevin McCarthy. Let's take a look at Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy. I'll just tell you the feeling that I'm getting when I take an inner look at Kevin McCarthy is that he could have been a decent Republican. He could, not anybody I would ever agree with, but he had the potential to have done the right thing or to not have done anything wrong, to just be a little more upstanding. He had the potential to really be a Republican leader, and he gave it up, sold his soul, and completely ruined that potential. And now he just feels hollow. Okay, he feels hollow. He gave up his power, his internal will. He gave it up. He is not leading the House as he sees fit as the minority leader. He is still running to Trump. He feels empty inside for me, okay? Which means he gave up his will. He gave up his power. He's a puppet. And he didn't have to be. Again, I don't know him or what he's done in the past. Maybe I'm totally wrong and he's always been a scumball. I don't know. That's just the feeling I'm getting on McCarthy. But he is not disciplining these dangerous House members. He put Marjorie on that education committee, I assume. He's not uniting them behind trying to help the president. He's running to Trump. All right, I know I'm kind of repeating myself. I'm just trying to get into this question. Show me Kevin McCarthy's future in the House. Show me Kevin McCarthy's future in the House. I mean, he could barely get himself to say that Trump was responsible. Barely. Okay. Let's just do a quick reading on this guy. All right. So the foundation of the reading is the Ace of Pentacles. He likes being in charge, okay? He is thrilled to be even the minority leader in the House. He's feeling very powerful. He likes his position of authority. Okay. His challenge with the Knight of Cups. His challenge with the Knight of Cups, I would just say, the Knight of Cups is that, that hero that comes to the rescue, the romantic knight, that can seduce you, the one that brings you healing medicine. And this is his challenge. I think his challenge is that he didn't come through. He's a disappointment. He had all these ideals. I guess kind of what I was thinking of. I feel like he had all these ideals. He was going to come and represent the Republican Party and, you know, sort of be a leader and doing the right thing and healing the Republican Party. But he blew it. He blew it. That is crossing him now. He is not that. And his outcome, we have the Nine of Swords, which of course is the high anxiety, sleepless nights, regret, fears. So he is sitting in a really bad place mentally, okay? You see that cage up in the corner? He's in a really bad place mentally. I feel like he kind of caged himself up in this whole Trumpster insurrection business, overturning everything, not supporting the good stuff. Let's see. Just give me a second. Oh. All right. So the story I'm getting with this card here. So here's McCarthy, sleepless nights, high anxiety. And I feel like, okay, here's Boebert and Marjorie, okay? They need to be locked up in this cage here. They need to be arrested, but definitely isolated, kind of caged, you know. That is his responsibility to do that for these two women. Put them in that cage so they can't hurt anybody again. And this is his anxiety. He's not sure how to handle these two women. I think partly maybe he's just new to the Senate. Maybe he doesn't know what all the rules are, but he also is scared of the consequences. What are the Trumpers going to think if he tosses them out, or all the QAnon believers? What are they going to do if he expels these women or censures them or whatnot? He's having a lot of anxiety about it. And again, has to kind of point to this card. He was supposed to, I feel like his potential would have been to be a healer. How would he heal them? How would he heal anybody? By locking these two women away, right? To isolating them, to taking away their power so they can't harm anybody again. That would have been the Knight of Cups thing to do. He's still being called to do that. That's why this is his challenge. Ooh, that healing, that resolution, making everything better by knocking these two out. Ooh, he's having a lot of trouble doing that. Because of fear. Fear. Okay, that's what I'm getting for Kevin McCarthy. Right now, his main challenge is how is he going to deal with Boebert and Marjorie? He is being called to confine them, to constrict them, to halt their ability to do damage. He's being called to do that healing work in the Senate, and this is what he's facing in the House right now. Okay. So that's it for me today. I really appreciate you being with me and visiting my channel, watching my videos. Please like it, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd like to have you on board. And yeah, send me comments if you like. I enjoy reading those. Otherwise, I'll be with you in another few days. Take care, okay? Bye.